I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time, and his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, when they were talking about the fight, and AJ was Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him.
The big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Alexander Usyk?
Cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight. Usyk is just different. The fighters are different. It used to be like skill, now it's more about conditioning. I think so. Yeah.
Joe Rogan hails Alexander Usyk as the greatest heavyweight of all time, praising his phenomenal footwork and unmatched technical skill. He points out how Usyk's constant movement frustrates and drains his opponents, making even elite fighters look ordinary. Rogan stresses that Usyk doesn't just beat average heavyweights, he dominates the very best of this era and has done it repeatedly. According to Rogan, it's Usyk's intelligence in the ring and his ability to outthink and outmaneuver his rivals that truly set him apart, cementing his place among boxing's all-time greats.
Wow, fights.
Yeah, is it crazy? I saw something the other day, it was like Usyk swimming 5 hours. I was like, oh my god.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, when they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been, because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
You're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no rounds off. Yeah. Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko. And they were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well. Yeah.
So there's something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does, because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can, dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with. And, he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired. You could see it. It's it's just dealing with that.
There's got to be something like, Lomachenko's dad, some type of philosophy or something. You know what I mean? That these guys just kind of tap into, because to be a big guy, there's footwork and all that stuff. But I think, man, shout out to the coach.
It's now undeniable that Alexander Usyk has secured his place among the greatest heavyweight legends of all time. For years, names like Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, and Evander Holyfield have defined heavyweight excellence, but Usyk's performances have forced both critics and fans to include him in that elite company. His move from cruiserweight to heavyweight wasn't merely successful, it was historic. In a division stacked with giants, Usyk didn't just survive, he outclassed them. His exceptional skills, ring IQ, and consistent dominance over top-tier opponents make him a complete fighter. Usyk isn't just winning fights, he's redefining what it means to be a heavyweight champion.
We have that conversation then about the best heavyweight of all time. Where? Because I know in your head you've done it already. I mean, you've done about 20,000 videos since the fight. One of those videos must be sad where he's ranked as an all-time top 10 heavyweight.
Oh, I think he has to be in the top 5. He has to be. He has to be. And
go on, name him.
So, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, and I would actually probably say Alexander Usyk, just ahead of Larry Holmes. I know, those two, Lewis and Ali, their resumes, the world title fight, they speak for themselves.
I've sat with him and he has an aura.
You can tell that, even looking at my videos.
He walks in, dude, and you're like, okay, his eyes, they're just very, piercing. And you think, you feel like you are in the presence of something very, very...
Alexander Usyk has taken on and defeated nearly every major heavyweight contender, often more than once. While the division may not have the same depth it once did, leading to several rematches with top opponents, Usyk has never shown any decline in intensity or skill. The fact that fans now struggle to name a worthy challenger speaks volumes about his dominance. Perhaps Joseph Parker remains a potential option, but even that matchup doesn't carry the significance it might have in the past. Usyk's legacy is already cemented. He's become undisputed across multiple weight classes, achieving it all with grace, dominance, and unwavering discipline.
He's got some power, and he's got Andy Lee. Those things make that fight pretty intriguing.
I agree, and if he faces him, I think he again will be the heavy favorite. And let's assume he beats him. Do you retire? Do you take another lap around the same block?
Like you said, it's a young 38, and again, I know this is a money game, but the other young heavyweight that I like that's been on a very good run, and we've been impressed with them, Agit Kabayel. And now that's another relatively small heavyweight that's quick-fisted, and he knows how to operate inside. Again, he's already beaten Fury twice. He's fought Joshua twice. When we talk about trilogies, generally it's about 1-1,
Right.
not 2-0.
Exactly.
Although we just had one with Serrano and Taylor, but again, they have limited opposition. But there you have it. Alexander Usyk once again becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And rounding out Boxing Palooza 2020.
There's growing speculation that Joseph Parker could be next to face Alexander Usyk, but many see it as more of a formality than a genuine challenge. Boxing analyst Aid Oladipo even suggested a rematch with Derek Chisora, not because he believes Chisora could win, but because of the entertainment value and grit he brings to the ring. Chisora knows how to sell a fight and turn it into a spectacle, which would benefit the sport. Still, the reality is that Usyk is viewed as far superior to both Parker and Chisora in terms of technical ability and accomplishments. Any future matchup would likely serve only as another reminder of why Usyk stands alone at the top of the heavyweight division.
Fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number one for the world title, and that guy is Alexander Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Alexander Usyk, I was desperate. Because of my love for Joseph Parker, I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get. I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone's still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's rankings. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because again, Alexander Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk like, okay, we'll fight him. Fuck it, this is what you're doing, dude. We'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me, and I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold on to the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic, and I would like Joseph Parker, because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side, and I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Said it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Fabio Wardley, one of boxing's rising stars, offered strong advice for anyone preparing to face Alexander Usyk. He emphasized that conventional tactics won't be enough. Usyk's defense and movement are simply too sharp for basic jabs and predictable combinations. Wardley believes a fighter must be adaptable and relentless and use unorthodox attacks, mixing right hooks, left crosses, and feints to break Usyk's rhythm. However, he admitted that executing this strategy under pressure is far easier said than done. Once inside the ring, many opponents quickly find themselves chasing shadows as Usyk calmly dictates the pace and controls the distance.
How difficult is it when tactics aren't working, and they weren't working for Daniel? Look, I'm not comparing Alexander Usyk to Justice Hooney, but you had to find something and you found it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there is a level of belief. I will find it. I can find the way. I will find the way, and maybe some kind of stubbornness, especially from my part, probably of like, I'm not rolling over. I will find the way. Like, I will manage my way out of the situation. I will extend the alphabet past letters egg until I find the right plan that works here, the right situation, the right combination, the right punch. I will exhaust all options, me person, and it isn't.
No, do this to us.
Stuff, and you're just going, your brain's going, this isn't working. Like, I don't know what you're on about. Like, it's not happening. It's not working. And then you have to get up, you have to G yourself up and get yourself going again. And
Joe Rogan
has often expressed his admiration for the phenomenon that is Alexander Usyk. He highlights how Usyk started his career much smaller than many of the heavyweights he now defeats with ease. Despite moving up in weight, Usyk hasn't just held his own, he's dominated. Rogan praises his ability to handle massive heavyweights, true giants of the sport, with precision and composure. Unlike fighters who depend on sheer size or brute force, Usyk methodically breaks his opponents down, both mentally and physically. Rogan believes it's this contrast, his smaller stature paired with overwhelming effectiveness, that makes Usyk so extraordinary to watch.
Yes.
I think he's incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, I've watched every one of his fights. That dude is on such a different level.
And he's smaller than everybody.
He's fighting giants.
He's fighting giants.
When you're fighting a guy who's 60 pounds heavier with 10 ounce, 12 ounce gloves, it makes such a world of difference.
Especially when the guy is fucking Anthony Joshua, you know?
But please understand, Usyk fought at, I think, 75 when he started out. He's not a big frame guy.
He's like 225, 230 as heavyweight.
220.
Yeah, not big. Not big.
And that's a lot of...
By the way, that was Tyson's weight when he was in his prime, too. There's something to be said for that, because a 220-pound man like Mike Tyson can knock out any human being that's ever lived.
Yeah, you're
the amount of power he can generate is insane.
Former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs offered a surprising perspective, stating that if Alexander Usyk fought a prime Evander Holyfield, he believes Usyk would come out on top. Briggs explained that Usyk has evolved beyond being just a technical fighter. His style now centers on extraordinary conditioning. He noted that while Usyk once relied heavily on footwork and angles, he now wears opponents down with relentless pressure and unmatched endurance. Even against fighters with world-class skills, Usyk's conditioning allows him to keep moving, punching, and dictating the pace until his opponent eventually breaks. According to Briggs, that relentless engine is what truly sets Usyk apart from everyone else.